Summers in India are no longer just another season, they are increasingly being associated with a major public health issue unfolding in slow motion. For months, large parts of the country remain locked in a relentless, unbroken spell of extreme heat, a reality that is finally being recognized in national conversations. One such event, the India Heat Summit 2026, brought together experts to deliberate on the subject. Organized by Climate Trends at Delhi's India Habitat Center on May 13th, the event saw the release of a new study by the research consultancy which examined 50 residential units across Chennai's urban neighborhoods. It found that indoor temperatures frequently crossed 32 degrees Celsius, with the worst affected homes remaining that hot for the equivalent of 8 months in a year.
In most households, people have heat stress exposure not just based on their income level, but based on built environment. And nighttime temperatures did not reduce beyond or less than 31 degrees, which means that for extended periods of time, for 6 to 8 months, if the temperature inside the house is not reducing less than 31 degrees, it is a stress to the human body before you can see the temperature peaks in the thermometer. That is a big issue when people don't get respite. It's how your body cannot cool. Nighttime temperatures are high. That itself in India is now becoming a silent killer.
Experts say the burden of this kind of heat does not fall equally. Heat, they say, is also a human rights crisis, with those most exposed, construction workers, gig workers, the elderly, children, and pregnant women, often the least equipped to cope. Thus, policies to ensure these rights begin from monitoring and analyzing existing data and falls within the framework of national human rights bodies.
These heat waves or climate issues disproportionately affect poorest of the poor, vulnerable people, children, elderly people, pregnant women, and therefore National Human Rights Commission is very alive to and sensitive to. What we have started, last couple of years, that we monitor data, we analyze data, and based on this, we write to a state in the beginning of the summer. So like last year, this year also in the last month, we have taken up with 21 states and UT administrations to take preventive steps so that there is no casualty because of heat waves.
At the national disaster management level, the response takes shape through heat action plans now covering more than 300 cities and towns. The response framework is federal in nature, with states implementing plans on the ground in consultation with national bodies.
We are supportive of mitigation measures, long-term measures being included in the heat action plans, which mean that we work more on the local environment, housing, water, and agriculture, so that the people have the long-term protection from the impact of heat wave. And these mitigation efforts are being made an integral part of the heat action plan. And the government is also considering how some of these mitigation activities could be supported through the mitigation fund at the national and state level.
This year, an unusual weather pattern has offered temporary relief, keeping heat wave conditions at bay across large parts of the country. But forecasters warn this cannot be viewed as a sustainable long-term trend.
Now we have got in the month of May so far 25% above normal rainfall activity. As a result, major part of the country there is no heat wave conditions at present. But we predicted that second week and fourth week of May we will have the heat wave conditions in certain parts, especially Gujarat, Rajasthan and some parts of Maharashtra. And then on the eastern coast it is Odisha, North Andhra Pradesh and some areas of West Bengal in the coastal plains. So currently there is heat wave condition in some parts of Rajasthan and Gujarat. So that may continue for next 3 to 4 days.
Those working on the crisis argue that the answers already exist, some in traditional architecture, some in improved technology, and some in stronger policy implementation. The question, they say, is whether India can move fast enough to connect the science of heat with systems of governance and the urgency of rights with the realities on the ground.